Hi guys and girls, and welcome back to another episode. It's been 3 or 4 days now since I've conducted my last cut with the basket off. As discussed in previous videos, the reason we're doing this is to reintroduce the nutrients from the grass back into the soil to allow the grass to thrive. The best time of year to do this is spring into early summer and late summer into autumn. For those of you that watched my last episode, you'll know that this process is known as mulching. There has been a lot of debate over the years whether mulching causes thatch build-up. However, studies have shown that with mulching done correctly, it actually promotes growth. It does this by improving the soil and allowing nutrients back into the root zone. Again, I'd like to reiterate that mulching, when done correctly, will not cause thatch build-up. Thatch is something I'm going to be talking about in the next couple of weeks once it gets a bit warmer, as I'll be conducting a scarification on my lawn. Whilst filming this video today, I noticed I was getting large deposits of grass clippings behind my mower. The reason this was happening is because I'd not propped up the rear lid where the box usually sits. To remedy this, I just went along afterwards and kicked any large clumps with my boot to spread them out slightly. Once I was happy that some of the larger clumps were removed, I then went along with a metal rake, just spreading it out again. This allowed for a more even spread, and it stops it looking unsightly when the grass clippings turn brown and start to die off. Once I was happy with the spread and the height of the lawn, I then turned my attention to the borders and the edges of my garden. I then took my time going along, ensuring that all the grass was clipped correctly along the side of my lawn. After finishing with the shears, I then took my rake and spread out any long clippings, again making sure it looked neat. I then took my garden hoe and turned over all the soil, ensuring that any weeds were rooted up and removed from the border. Doing this regularly throughout spring and summer will ensure also that the soil doesn't bake hard. In the next clip, you can see that my lawn is starting to look good. However, there's still some dry spots and yellow spots to address. I'm going to address this by conducting a feed. Today, I'm going to be using Westland child and pet friendly safe lawn natural lawn feed and the Westland spreader. I'm going to adjust the selector on my spreader to 3. I am then going to fill my spreader with the lawn feed. Point to note on this, be careful on what surface you're using when topping this up, as any lawn feed that spills can stain flags. This is it due to having a high iron sulfate content, which is what the grass needs to feed. All I'm going to do now is walk up and down my lawn and ensure an even spread. If you're doing this for the first time, I'd advise start little and look for progress a week later, as too much can damage your grass and cause burn patches. You may remember from my previous videos that I struggled with POA annua. I've decided I'm not going to dig it out and I'm going to live with it, ensuring that I trim it on every cut. The last thing I'm going to address in today's video is this back corner in the rear of my garden. Since moving into this house, I've always suffered with draining issues in this rear corner. The area just used to be made up of grass, but since then I've cut 2 big spots for wildflowers in hopes that this drains the water ever so slightly. As always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my content or you'd like me to cover something I haven't, then please feel free to suggest it in the comments below this video. As discussed in this video today, look forward to a video on scarification, what it is and the benefits. I'll be showcasing firsthand on how to achieve this with basic gardening equipment such as rakes. Thank you again. Goodbye.